And we welcome you to day 3 of the ISU European Short Track Championships from Gdansk, Poland. Good morning wherever you are watching. We are now ready for the repechage of the women's 1,000 to get underway to launch the final day here in Gdansk. Patrick Keenis with you all throughout the course of this final day. And we get a look at the first of 3 1,000-meter repechage quarterfinals here for the women. And we'll see 4 competitors across this first event, including Paula Kunt-Torzuski from Germany, Gabja Ostriskate from Lithuania, Katrin Manoliova from Bulgaria, and out of Norway, Hedvig Hilde. And so we will have a restart for these 4 ahead of this 1,000-meter repechage quarterfinal. We'll see 13 skaters across 3 quarterfinals this morning in this repechage. And they will turn around very quickly and come back for the repechage semifinals here in a couple of moments as we see Hedvig Hilde sets off at the ice. So that leaves 3 skaters here for this opening repechage quarterfinal. And off we go on day 3. So this will be 9 laps around the ice. And again, the teenager Paula Kunt-Torzuski from Germany is in helmet 113. Lithuania with Ostriskate. And Manoliova of Bulgaria in helmet 68. Full schedule on this final day. We'll carry through the 1,000 through the repechage all the way to the A final later on. We'll get the semifinals coming up in the mixed team relay. They'll be fairly early in the program today. We'll get to the B and A finals of the mixed, and we'll close things off with the B and A finals of the men's and women's relay. So we are off and running here as the repechage quarterfinals open up from Gdansk, and they'll take the winner of each of these 3 quarterfinals plus a maximum of 3 seconds, the fastest seconds, on the repechage semifinals. Manoliova in helmet 68, 25-year-old from Sofia, Bulgaria, as they begin to hasten the tempo with a couple of laps to go. And again, they'll take the winner only moving through. And right now, Manoliova in front. Inside the final 2 laps. Manoliova, there's an inside pass attempt by Kunt-Torzuski. She will get through and into the final corner, and there will be the first winner of the repechage quarterfinals to open up action here today. One of the top juniors right now on the circuit who will be representing Germany coming up in the Winter Youth Olympic Games in South Korea next week. She's inside the top 20 in the World Juniors, in the 1,000 inside the top 10 in the 1,500. That's Paula Kunt-Torzuski of Germany. So she will move through on to the repechage semifinals coming up a little bit later. And we'll get a look at the official results here in our opening quarterfinal. And there you see the penalty on Hilde before we open things up on the starts. And Kunt-Torzuski moving through. And again, the maximum of the fastest 3 seconds, and there are only 3 repechage quarterfinals, so assuming there are no advancements via penalty, all the second place finishers would move through. So on to the second repechage quarterfinal. We'll see 5 across the ice, and there's a look at Tineke Den Dok of Belgium. One of the more interesting stories in helmet 117, representing Switzerland, Phoebe Steins, who's 30 years of age, played women's hockey at Yale, professional hockey, and has been in 3 different Olympics representing Switzerland in ice hockey. And she's in helmet 117 at the bottom of your screen representing Switzerland. As a matter of fact, led Switzerland to its first ever Olympic medal in women's hockey. She's now calling Zurich home, plays pro hockey in Sweden, now adapting to yet another sport. She's on the left side of your screen in helmet 117. Lisa Eckstein from Germany, Tamara Takarova from Slovakia, Emma Himpanova, also from Slovakia. That rounds out the 5 here in this Repechage quarterfinal. Two skaters from Slovakia right now setting the pace. Panova right now, Takarova right behind her, 1-2. Then Dolk right now third, and there's the move from Phoebe Steins on the inside. From the back now into third, stays inside, and now the pace quickens up as we have inside 4 laps to go. Takarova, Eckstein, 1-2. Den Dulk from Belgium racing now with the leaders in third. And we come inside the final 2 laps. Eckstein swings wide on the outside. Will it get the pass? And coming up now to the bell lap. It's Eckstein still in the lead. Battle for second. Den Dulk right now in second position ahead of Takarova. Again, second would move through, assuming no advancements. And Eckstein will take it down in this Repechage quarterfinal. Den Dulk did just pip ahead of Takarova. We'll have one potential review in this second Repechage quarterfinal involving Den Dulk and a potential penalty against the Belgian in helmet 43. We have our referees liaison in Gdansk taking a look. As we get any kind of information as far as what the officials will be taking a look at as far as a potential penalty, we'll pass that along. Ete Padar, our chief referee on the ice here this weekend. One more Repechage quarterfinal to be run here on the women's 1,000, and we'll get to the men's Repechage quarterfinals coming up after that. Still under review. There's Den Dulk in helmet 43, walking through the holding area, waiting to see how this will play out. Here's a look at Padard, taking a look at the monitor, clipboard in hand, and communicating with the 2 officials in the video replay booth. Discussion there between Takarova and Himpanova. The infraction with Den Dulk was against one of those 2 Slovakian skaters. In good spirits on this early morning in Gdansk, Poland, day 3 of the ISU European Short Track Championships. Phenomenal day yesterday, the day of the Italians, especially Pietro Segal claiming a couple of golds individually in both the 1500 and the 500. Den Dulk still awaiting the outcome. And we'll check on the official results and see if a penalty is assessed on Den Dulk, potentially. And here come the official results, and there will be a penalty on Den Dulk, and Takarova will be advanced as a result. So Eckstein will take down the second Repechage quarterfinal, and here is the penalty assessed on 43 Den Dulk on the right side of your screen. From inside to out, and lane change right in here into this corner. And that will send the skater from Slovakia through. So now to the final Repechage quarterfinal for the women. 4 skaters. Theo Johansson from Sweden, one of the top juniors at the 1,500 meter level. Sidorko and Repechage both from Ukraine, and Katarina Buric from Croatia. Those are the four. And again, the winner of this final repechage quarterfinal automatically moves through to the repechage semis coming up a little bit later on this morning. Sidorko now joined by her teammate Repechage, making a charge up to the front of the pack. Buric sits in between in helmet 67. Another attempt by Repechage to go to the outside and get up to the front of the pack. Oh, tightly congested around that corner. A couple of stumbles. Markers go flying, but everybody remains on their skates, and it's still Sidorko and Repechage right now 1-2. Final 3 laps. Elizaveta Sidorko right now still in front. Couple of laps to go. Repechage now battling with Johansson to try and stay in that second position, which would be good enough to move on to the repechage semis. Final lap, Sidorko in the clear there. There's a little fall. 2 skaters go down. That'll open things up for Buric from Croatia to finish second. And that will be reviewed. So Sidorko, the unofficial winner. But it was Repechage and Johansson in that final back straight that got tangled up, and they both went down entering that last corner. And that will be checked out as well. A potential penalty against Theo Johansson, the 17-year-old from Sweden. That is what the officials are having a look at. It was all because of the battle for second place and a potential advancement to the repechage semifinals. So there is Sidorko in the clear, claiming the repechage quarterfinal. As we get underway, it's been a busy morning so far for Pietro Padar, the chief referee. False start involving Hilde in the opening repechage corner. Penalty in the second race led to an advancement, and perhaps a penalty that will lead to an advancement here as well. Still awaiting the outcome here on this final repechage quarterfinal for the women. And this will be the only individual discipline raced through the course of this final day. The 500 and 1500 were yesterday, and none of these individual disciplines are run twice over the course of this weekend here at the Euros. Still having their discussion to determine the outcome here of this race. Buric of Croatia, the beneficiary of that collision, leaving that final corner involving Repechage and Johansson. So she was up to finish second. But again, where the issue was a battle for second place, which would have been qualifying position to advance. See how this is about to be resolved. So punching in the determination coming up on that potential penalty here in this last repechage quarter. And we will now get to the official results and see who moves through. Let's see if Repechage is pushed through. No, Repechage is moved through, advanced. And there we'll see 3 out of that final repechage quarter moving through. Sidorko winning it, Burek finishing second, and Repechage advanced as well. So that will do it for the repechage quarters for the women. We'll see those skaters come on back a little bit later on in the repechage semis, as now we move on to the repechage quarters of the 1,000 for the men.
Ready.
And we'll see 7 heats. And the first heat is underway. 6 skaters shuffled into this first repechage quarterfinal for the men. See Rafael Moretz in helmet 167. Moret is representing Switzerland as well. There's Hammermuller of Germany, Robin Bendig of Germany, Hermajev of Bulgaria, Kek of Lithuania, and Tibor Gomiricki of Slovenia. Those are the 6. We've had some of these skaters had opportunities a couple of days ago to move on straight into the quarterfinals. Couldn't quite get it done, so everybody who was able to finish the race and now be penalized back in the opening day, an opportunity now to kind of come through the consolation rounds to get back into the main draw. Moret, an interesting story, 31 years of age, actually a lawyer, legal and compliance officer for a company in Switzerland. He's at the back of the pack right now. He was managed the short track of the Youth Olympic Games in Switzerland back in 2020. Hammermuller of Germany right now in front with his teammate Bendig behind him, who now shuffles back into 4th position. The tightly bunched, they come to the line. It is Komerjev. Hammermuller 2nd, Komericki finishing 3rd. So similar to the women's repechage, just the winner will move on. A maximum of 3 seconds will move on to the repechage semifinals of these 3 semis that we will see. Probably 3 quarters that we will see. So Komerjev of Bulgaria will claim this opening repechage quarterfinal on the men's side. We'll see 2 more quarters coming up. Leaving the ice. Some Germans discussing things, and there are the results. Hammermuller 136.652 right now. In position to move through. Again, they'll take a maximum of the 3 fastest seconds, which means he's in good shape to move on, assuming no excessive penalty advances. So we move now to the 2nd of 3 repechage quarterfinal heats. And Liam O'Brien from Ireland, who was at the Euros last year, selected to represent Ireland again. And the first ever Irish short tracker to reach a semifinal in the Euros, did that last year, now lives in Korea.
Ready.
He's in helmet 85. Ivan Martinic of Croatia. He's been competing at the Euros as far back as 2015. He's in helmet 104. Tobias Wolf from Austria, Jacob Karabin from Slovakia, and Norway's Tinius Rambol Alme in helmet 165. Those are the 5. A little bit of hesitation. Oh, spinning around. Liam O'Brien got twisted around, and that will be reviewed across. Following the end of this one, O'Brien spun around like a top. So it's Wolf right now in the lead. Karabin right now is 2nd. And 3 basically at the front of the pack. And a little distance back to Martinic in 4th. O'Brien a couple of laps behind the field. straight, coming up on 2 laps to go for Wolf. Trying to put down this repechage quarterfinal and move on to the semis. And beginning to pull away. Bell lap for Wolf. And the battle for second behind him, Karabin and Rambo Ame. And there's the last corner navigated, and Rambo Ame from Norway, racing in the junior ranks over the course of this World Cup season, up to finish second. So Tobias Wolf pushing on to the repechage semifinals. So we'll take a look at what happened earlier in the race involving Liam O'Brien. 24-year-old got kind of pinballed around coming out of that first corner. Straightened up, kind of broke stride a bit to avoid some contact with skaters nearby, and then suddenly got spun around, helicoptered around. You see the discussion right there involving some of the skaters about maybe what happened with Liam O'Brien earlier in that race. That's going to be reviewed. And there's C. O'Brien in helmet 85 about to depart the ice. Back to the monitor. We've seen O'Brien across the World Cup circuit over the last couple of years, 24 years of age, born in Australia, moved to Ireland about 5 years ago, Irish parents. Karabin waiting to see his fates at the end of this one. Taking a look back at the scoreboard. Nothing officially announced yet. And now we are ready to have the results punched in. See how this impacts Liam O'Brien. Will he be advanced through? Again, it happened at the very early stages of this repechage quarterfinal race. They're making sure they have it all solidified and correct. And we'll see what the determination was. We have one more repechage quarterfinal on the way. They're waiting patiently on the ice. And here are the results from that last quarterfinal. We will see a couple of advancements. Both Martinic and O'Brien get advanced through. The penalty goes on Karabin of Slovakia. So Wolf wins it. And Rambo Ame is now kind of on the bubble on the clock. We'll see if he will reach the repechage semifinal. So 2 advanced out of that one. We'll take a look at the penalty assessed here. So helmet 141 is Karabin. Right there in the middle of your screen, knocking O'Brien off, really off the ice, and then all of a sudden, dangerous moment as he gets kind of spun around, stays on his feet, kept his balance, but big impact on that race. So O'Brien is also pushed through along with Ivan Martinic. So now the last repechage quarterfinal here for the men. 5 skaters: Donchev, Fedorenko, Pedersen, Murphy, Nico Anderman.
Ready.
Donchev, we saw him last year on the World Cup senior circuit for the first time. Pedersen of Norway, we've seen a couple of Norwegian skaters over the course of this weekend. We don't see them frequently across the World Cup senior circuit, but Pedersen, a 5-time national junior champion from Norway in helmet 164. Peter Murphy, 23 years old, representing Luxembourg, battling through some back injuries over the last few years. And then Nico Anderman finished 9th last year at the Euros in this distance at the 1,000, trying to get back in the main draw. Anderman in helmet 60. Donchev, Pedersen, Anderman, 1, 2, 3. Again, just the winner advances with the 2 penalty advancements in that previous repechage quarter. Finishing first is really about the only option to get through as they hustle across the line. 2 laps to go. Donchev and Anderman 1-2. Fedorenko from Ukraine right now sitting in third. Gets the inside pass. He's in second position. It's the bell lap. And Nico Anderman around the last corner. And he will win the repechage final heat. Fedorenko up for second, 1:30.45 his time. And a photo for third. Doesn't appear as though anything will be reviewed out of this race. Then we'll wrap up the repechage quarterfinals for the men here in the 1,000. Again, the repechage semifinals be turned around, and we'll come right back with those. So here are the results from that last quarterfinal. And you see Anderman moving through automatically. It's the repechage semis. Fedorenko will also go through via time. We should get a full graphic here on everybody moving through to the repechage semifinals. Nico Anderman, the 24-year-old from Austria, will stay alive here in the 1,000. So we'll take a quick little break and we'll come back with the repechage semifinals for the women and the men in about 11 minutes time as we are underway in the final day of the ISU European Short Tracks from Gdansk. Stick around with us. And welcome back to the Halo Livia Arena in Gdansk, Poland, as we continue on with the ISU European Short Track Championships final day here in Gdansk. Good to have you with us. Quick little ice resurfacing before we move through to the Repechage semifinals in the 1,000-meter event for the women and men. And there will be just one semifinal on both sides. And the winner will move on, plus a maximum of the second place finisher through to the quarterfinals later on today. There's a look at the start list. Elizaveta Sidorko of Ukraine, Buric, Eckstein, Kuntz-Urzuski, Tokarova, and Repechage. So those are the skaters who will vie for a shot back in the main draw into the quarterfinals later today. So a great weekend. Crowd was boisterous all day yesterday. And the crowd will be gathering for the main final session coming up. What we have remaining here in this opening session on this third day. Look at the mixed team relay semifinals after these Repechage semifinal races have concluded. And we'll get to the B final of the men's 5,000 meter relay, the B final, the women's 3,000 meter relay, and then they will break for lunch. We'll come back with the afternoon session. So not a lot on the docket here in this morning session, but a lot to race for as we get a look at the competitors in this Repechage semi. Winner automatically moves through second place as well. Provided no penalty advancements. So the 6 across the ice as we get underway in this Repechage semifinal. And again, these skaters were just on the ice about 10 minutes ago or so in the Repechage quarters. Repechage, Sidorko, right now 1 and 3. Tokarova sandwiched in between the two Ukrainian skaters. 9-lap race. Move by Sidorko, and Tokarova got knocked off stride. Well, a couple of reviews here in this Repechage semi. Tokarova lucky to stay on her skates and stay balanced. Remains in third position. Sidorko setting the pace, coming up on 3 laps to go. Her teammate Repechage right behind her, Eckstein fourth. So the final 3 laps. Sidorko in the pink helmet, 57, hand down around the corner. Repechage right behind her, and Tokarova has recovered. Now she'll make a move on the inside, can't get by. And there's the bell lap. Sidorko has read almost wire to wire, trying to close this one out. But getting a pretty stiff challenge. Eckstein swings past and will get to the line first. Big move by Eckstein, entering that final back straight and sprinting past Sidorko, who does finish second. But again, a couple of reviews. One has already been cleared from earlier in the race that did involve Eckstein. And the other they're taking a look at involves one of the Ukrainian skaters with Tokarova. Lisa Eckstein appears to be moving through. There's a look at Sidorko, who led most of that race until the final half lap. But did finish second. We're taking a look at one more potential infraction in this Repechage semi. You see the look of somewhat exhaustion by some of these skaters. A couple of hard 1,000-meter races in the last 15 minutes or so. Sidorko on the left side of your screen, and there's the potential contact there. Repechage with Tokarova. And there's Padari again, clipboard in hand as we get a look at the results from the repechage semi. And Repechage does draw the penalty. Takarova, who finished third, is advanced, and that's a tough break for Sidorko because she did finish second. But there's a maximum of one second-place finisher, but that's erased when the penalty sends in a skater through via the advancement. So Sidorko will not reach the quarterfinals. And there's the lane change outside the end. The penalty charge against Repechage. So the women's quarterfinals in the 1,000 are now set. As now we move to the repechage semifinal on the men's side in the 1,000. 6 skaters. Liam O'Brien was advanced via penalty in the quarterfinals. Kamerjev of Bulgaria claimed his heat. Nico Anderman, Fedorenko, Wolf, and Martinic, the competitors here in the repechage semi.
Ready.
So 6 vying effectively for a couple of spots. First place automatically moves through. If you finish second with no penalty advancements, you're through as well to the quarterfinals later today. And there is Liam O'Brien, who didn't even make it through the first lap of his repechage quarterfinal before he got pirouetted around about 720 degrees. And a penalty moved him through as a result of that collision. Into the green kits in the middle of your screen. O'Brien, Martinic, and Fedorenko right now, the front 3. Swinging past the outside, Tobias Wolf claims the lead inside the final 5 laps. O'Brien second, trying to hold on to that second position, but down he goes. Slip coming out of that corner. So O'Brien's down. That will be reviewed. And right now, Tobias Wolf out in the lead. 3 laps left. Nico Anderman, a tight second. Kamerjev third. And then Fedorenko. So it's Wolf and Anderman, the 2 from Austria. 1-2 as they hear the bell. Anderman in front, Kamerjev an inside attempt, and he takes down Wolf with him. And Nico Anderman will claim this repechage semifinal. They'll take a look at a couple of different instances in this race. One involving Kamerjev with Liam O'Brien. And then the other involving Kamerjev right there at the finish with Tobias Wolf. Now, each of these reviews, you see the yellow box in the bottom left of your screen on the scoreboard. Each of these are potentially involving the 99 Kamerjev. Right there on Tobias Wolf, that was into the final corner of the last lap, but he was also involved in a potential penalty against Liam O'Brien. And we're getting word from our referees liaison over in Gdansk that should both penalties be assessed on that skater, Kamerjev, that he would get a yellow card for the 2 penalties. And there's O'Brien just now getting over to the pad. So we're taking a look at 2 potential penalties on the same skater, number 99, Stefan Alexander Kamerjev. And neither has been cleared, so they're still being reviewed. There's O'Brien. He's had a rough morning. Been involved in a lot of conflicts over his 2 races so far today. Again, then we have the possibility of 1 or maybe 2 advancements. Certainly at the end of the race with Kamerjev and Tobias Wolf, that was vying for second place, which effectively would have been an advancement position. And then the other one happened earlier in the race involving Liam O'Brien. There, see Tobias Wolf on the right of your screen. Comes up by Anderman. He's good. He's into the quarterfinals, back to the main draw. And there's the Bulgarian Kamerjev on the left side of your screen. So essentially one, if not two penalties against the Bulgarian, which would result in a yellow card for him if that is the determination here. And now we're preparing for the results. We'll see what they decide. And yeah, a couple of penalties. Yellow cards to Kamergiev, and Wolf and O'Brien are both pushed through back into the main draw in the quarterfinals. So Onderman, Wolf, and O'Brien will move through into the quarterfinals. That will be a little bit later on in our afternoon session here in Gdansk. So they will open up the boards, and the resurfacing Zamboni will come back out again. So here we get the resolution. A yellow card for two penalties in the same race for Kamergiev. And there's the first one involving O'Brien. That was fairly early in this repechage semi. And then this is the final back straight in the last lap. And Kamergiev coming in and taking out Tobias Wolf right there. And Wolf will be advanced as well. So the Zamboni comes out to do some resurfacing. And that will do it for the 1,000 repechage. We'll come back with the mixed relay semifinals. And that is now scheduled for about 18 minutes from now. So a short break as we continue on from Gdansk. ISU's coverage of the European Short Track Championships. Stick around. We're back with the mixed relay semifinals in about 18 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raz, dwa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mówi się i słychać. Dziękuję. Biorę. Rosjanie już tu są. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Są. Razem z Niemcami przyjechali. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A nie mówisz? Jeszcze raz powiedz. Tak, teraz tak. Tak, jest. Drugi i pierwszy pewnie nie będzie, ale sprawdźmy. Drugi. Pierwszy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wywiad. Ja raz, dwa. Kukuruku, głośno, wyraźnie. Rezerwa. Rezerwa. Dobra, dzięki.
Dara, tak jest. Dzień dobry. Jeszcze raz. Tak jest. Zgadza się. Miksowałeś coś tam, także słyszałem chłopaków. Nie? A zamiksuj, w sensie... O, dobra. I chłopaków też słyszałem, jak się odzywali. To drugi. Satisfaction. Tak jest. Zerknę sobie, co tutaj jest. Tu jest tak. A, on po prostu ma ciszej wszystko. A może nie potrzebuje. Dokładnie, wszystko ma o 10 ciszej sobie zrobił niż drugi. O.
And back to Halo Olivia Arena in Gdansk, Poland. We are now ready for the mixed relay semifinals. Well, 2 heats. And in this opening heat, we'll see the #1 team in the world, the Dutch. See Netherlands, Italy, Hungary, and Ukraine. And the Dutch, couple of golds across this World Cup season, a silver back in World Cup Montreal in the second week. And an outstanding squad. And we'll see Ten Buur, Hausman, Poutsma, and Alexander Velzebor is expected to be as part of their quartet here in this semifinal. And away we go in this mixed relay, and as expected, Poutsma and the Dutch off to the early lead. You see Italy in the blue kits in second, and then you have Hungary and Ukraine. Those are the 4 vying. We'll see the first and second place squads move on to the A final later on today in the afternoon session. And there is Alexander Velzebor of the Netherlands. She was not in the quarterfinal grouping, but she is now as they try to stamp their position in the A final later on today. That's Oriati for Italy right now, trailing her. Negrani of Hungary sitting third inside the final 14 laps of this semifinal. And so the first exchange, female to male, and on the ice for the Netherlands, that's Ten Buur. Natalini of Italy, a close second, Hungary third. And the final exchange, Hausman now gets it to Buur. There was Hausman on that previous leg, so this is Buur right now on the ice. Final 10 laps. Pietro Segal on the ice for Italy. Huge day yesterday, claiming the 500 and 1500 European Championships. So now back to the leadoff legs. Poutsma with 8 laps to go. Gets her second and final rotation on the ice in this semifinal. Betty keeping the Italians close. 1-2. The Dutch has led the entire way. Now it's Velzebor working against Oriati. And she will try to get the lead to Hausman with one more exchange to follow. So there's the exchange. Still the Dutch and Italy 1-2. Again, the first 2 teams head on to the A final. And one last exchange. Hausman will give it to Buur to try and close this one off. Tight into the final 2 laps. So it's Buur and Segal. No need for Segal to do anything outrageous here to qualify in position to the A final. Segal appears as though he will throttle it back. And the Dutch will win it. Italy a close second. And those 2 are on to the A final. So their unofficial results right there, 245.97 for the Dutch. And we'll see if they make any adjustments to their squad in that A final. I would imagine these are the 4 that we will see. Italy is through as well. Yeah, one more semifinal to go. So 2 of the top 3 teams in the world on to the A final, the Dutch and the Italians. And the final results from that semifinal, you see Hungary and Ukraine. They'll move on to the B final later on today. But the Dutch, team to beat, but Italy a game effort in the semifinal. And a big weekend should give them a ton of confidence to try and take down the Dutch for the championship later today. Start list for the second semifinal. Top 2 out of these 4 will join Italy and the Netherlands in the A final. Belgium, Poland, Croatia, France. And a couple of adjustments to the starting four from what we saw in the quarterfinals. There's a look at Selye, who did not race for Poland in the quarterfinals. He is in there now. And there's Quentin Ferkoc of France. Sebastian Lepep and Levesque added to the French squad here in the semifinals. There's Hannah de Smet of Belgium. Ward Petre is expected to be part of the foursome here for Belgium in this semifinal. So away we go in the last semifinal of the mixed relay. So it's Belgium, France, Poland, Croatia. And de Smet away quickly. And already a yellow box showing up for a review of a little infraction potentially early in this race before the first exchange. We will see later on today in the men's relay A final. Poland already has booked this spot, and they're trying to find a slots here in the A final of the mixed relay as well. That'll be a terrific finish for them. Nowinski, Mazur, Starmowska, and Selye. Selye right now on the ice for Poland. Ward Petre drafting off of him. So those are the top three. Poland, Belgium, France, 1, 2, 3. That's Nowinski on the ice in the lead for Poland. And now they will move on to their final rotation through the order here in this relay. And crashing out, down goes France at the back. Poland and Belgium right now 1-2, and they're in excellent spots to move on. Mazur, the exchange to Stormowska. And France, as you see in the right side of your screen, they're a lap or two off of the lead lap now after crashing out. So still Poland and Belgium 1-2. Stormowska will make the exchange to Selye. And Poland still in front. Belgium a tight second, but similar to what we saw in the opening semifinal. Doubtful we'll see any big maneuvers here from the Belgian skaters. This is a advancing position to the A final. Nowinski will try to close things out. And a little move on the inside by de Smet, and he will get around Nowinski. And Stan de Smet with the bell ringing has the lead for Belgium. And Nowinski hand down, glides to the line, and Belgium will win the semifinal. Move by Stan de Smet. So just when you thought they might kind of take it easy, finish second, de Smet took the opportunity. Little wide turn by Nowinski, and de Smet took care of that. And Belgium will win this semifinal and move on to the A final along with Poland. So Poland will be in the A final of the mixed, A final of the men's on their home ice as the European Championships wind down on this final day. Now there you see at the back of your screen the crash out from Levesque, who was just added to this French side for the semifinal. Disappointing finish for France here in this semi. So it'll be Belgium and Poland moving on to the A final. That will be later on this afternoon on this final day here in Poland. So there are the results. The late pass by de Smet. Belgium wins the semifinal. So Belgium, Croatia, Belgium, Poland, Italy, and the Netherlands will vie for European Championship gold later on. There you see the qualifiers for the A final: Hungary, Ukraine, Croatia, France to the B final, and that will be later on today as well. So they will bring the Zamboni back on the ice. They will clear things up, and we will come back with the B final of the women's 3,000 relay and the B final of the men's 5,000 relay. That will be in about 22 minutes' time, so stay tuned for that as we continue our coverage of the ISU European Short Track Championships from Gdansk. Repechage, Olivia, and Gdansk, Poland. Final couple of events of this morning session of the last day here at the European Short Track Championships. The B final of the women's 3,000 meter relay. We'll see three teams vie for the B final, and there they are, Germany, Hungary, and Ukraine. And then following this, the B final of the men's 5,000 meter relay. And then we'll take a break for lunch, get ready for the last championship session that will feature the quarterfinals through the A finals of the women's and men's 1,000, the mixed relay B final, mixed relay A final, and then the championship finals of both the women's and men's 3,000, 5,000 meter relay. So we're winding down on this final day in Gdansk, but still a lot to do. You see the German squad right here: Eckstein, Kunzer-Zuski, Weske, and Roth. Those are the four on the ice. Ukrainians, Selyakova subbed in, joining Repechage, Sidorko, Adamenko. Hungary will be out there with Baksai, Samodi, those in the Mets. And Toth expected to race for Hungary here in this B final. So called to the line by Beate Padar, our chief referee. All smiles.
Go to the start.
Yeah, looks like a helmet issue with one of the athletes in the infield. You see the equipment issue being resolved. That's Toth for Hungary with the adjustment of the helmet. Now called back to the line. So here we go, 27 laps, B final of the women's 3,000 meter relay. Hungary at this early stage of the World Cup, number 10 in the world, Ukraine 11, and Germany's side unranked. And they meet here in the B final. The Germans right now in front. Then it is Hungary and then Ukraine in the yellow and blue. There's Toth on the ice in the 81 helmet. Little equipment issue resolved just before this race began. Backside on, and now the front of the pack for Hungary. Kunzer-Zuski in helmet 113 on to the Youth Winter Olympic Games that begin next week in South Korea. Nice little tune-up for her against some pretty stiff senior competition here in Gdansk. Samodi on the ice for Hungary. Eckstein for Germany. Tight second. Now Repechage for Ukraine in third position on the ice. 18 laps to go. Clean exchanges thus far. The lead to Baksai in Hungary. In the Met in the 47 helmets on the ice. Back to Samodi. Hungary and Germany trying to separate a bit from Ukraine in third. Eckstein drafting. There's the exchange for Germany. Moesk on the ice for Germany. The lead to Toth in Hungary. Coming up on 11 laps to go. Baksai will take this exchange for Hungary. And Ukraine makes a move and gets inside the Germans. And Ukraine now in second position. But Hungary beginning to separate a bit. Germany slides back into second. Coming up on 8 laps remain in this B final. Hungary, largest lead so far this race for the Hungarian side. Germany, a bit of a distance second. So that can change quickly on some exchanges here in this relay, but so far no issues at all as Toth is exchanged onto the ice for Hungary. Coming up on 5 laps to go. Ukraine slithers back into second. Oh, the German skater goes down, and now Ukraine still on the lead lap. But a bit of a chasm behind the Hungarians, and Germany in trouble. Coming up on a lap to go for Chelsea and the Met. There's the last exchange. Lap and a half left for Hungary in this B final. And Simoni and Hungary, here's the bell. So it'll be Simoni bringing it in, and Hungary will take the B final. Ukraine crosses the line second, and Germany a couple laps behind on that fall. A few laps to go will finish third. So backside Toth, still saying the Mets, and Simoni claim the B final for Hungary. See the fall in the background by the German skater, blades up, staying out of the way. No issue, no review, just a trip and a fall. And that eliminated the German chances. The skaters will clear the ice, and now the B final for the men will be forthcoming. They're trying to sneak onto the ice, get a little warm-up time. As we get a look at the official results, there they are. Hungary, Ukraine, and Germany finishes about 16 seconds behind after that fall. So now the B final for the men. They warm up on the ice ahead of this 45-lapper. We'll see squads from Great Britain. We'll see the Bulgarians. We'll see the skaters from Turkey and Italy. Pietro Segal scheduled to be part of this group for Italy in this B final. He's had a massive weekend in Gdansk. So a look at the Italians. Repechage subbed in for Italy here in this B final. There's Natalini in the 50 helmet. There's the team from Turkey. A car right there on the ice. The late strategy right there. Atan on the right. Tassi on the left in the red helmet. Yeah, Turkey comes in ranked 17th in the world, which is right near the bottom in the relay. But I mean, there's a lot to be gained here. I mean, experience, major competition, and yeah, let's ladder up a couple of spots as we have a little bit of a delay to repair some ice. So the skaters taking a moment. Get the thumbs up. Looks like we're all clear. So a great opportunity for Turkey. There's a look at the skaters from Bulgaria, Girov. Gemergiev slated to be part of the Bulgarian team, and he picked up a couple of penalties in the same race earlier today. Received a yellow card. There's Previtali.
Go to the start.
And called to the line, B final, men's 5,000 relay.
Ready.
So away we go. Italy in the blue, Bulgaria the white, green, and red. Turkey in the predominant red. And then Great Britain with Collins, Moody, Riches, and Tracy scheduled to race for Great Britain here in this B final. Italy opening things up. Lucas Speckenhauser in the 37 helmet makes the first exchange. Previtali on the ice for Italy. Coming up in the A final, the Dutch, Belgium, Hungary, and Poland on its home ice will be in the A final. Coming up, it'll be our last events in the men's 5,000. Antonioli on the ice makes the exchange for Italy. Bulgaria still sitting second. We'll watch the team from Turkey in third position. Atan right now on the ice in the blue helmet, 76. And an opportunity for them to pick up some confidence and try and knock off a couple of these teams. And generally, in a lot of the World Cups we've seen over the course of this year, it's they don't always have enough men traveling to the World Cup events to field a men's relay team, with Akar and Atan generally the two that are taking most of the trips, but they have a full squad here, so an opportunity to do some damage. Great Britain right now sitting third. Riches is on the ice. He now scales past Bulgaria in the second. Taktasi out there for Turkey in the red helmet. Italy, though, still in front. Coming up on a third of the way through this 5,000-meter B final. Speckenhauser leads the way for the Italians. Niall Tracy makes the exchange for Great Britain. Team GBR right now in second. Yates in the 110 for Great Britain. Makes the exchange to Riches. Nadolini and the Italians still on top. Great Britain sitting in second with Theo Collins. And now back to the lead group. Speckenhauser passed by Tracy on the inside, and Team GBR in front for the first time in this B final. Turkey still sitting third, and now an opportunity. Turkey makes the inside pass and maybe giving it right back to the Italians. But now down goes Italy. Hard crash, and that puts Turkey in second position here in this B final. Didn't see any contact with any other skater, and the Italians a hard crash up. So it's Great Britain in front, Turkey second, Bulgaria third. Collins paves the way. Atan right behind him. There's the exchange. Great Britain and Turkey still 1-2. Now Niall Tracy. Works with the car, drafting off of him. Great Britain still in front inside the final 18 laps. This is the rotation for Yates in GBR. And Turkey hanging right with Great Britain. They don't need to worry about the Italians anymore. Tatasi in the 134. Right on Rich's hip as they make the exchange. A little bit of a stumble. Maintaining the balance. And the Turks hang in second with the Tan. Back to Niall Tracy in a car. Again, Italy several laps off of the lead lap. Crashed out about 8 laps to go. When Turkey, a great exchange. There's the inside pass, but for the second time, they give it right back. Yates recovers. But there's opportunity for Turkey on that exchange combination. Coming up on 10 laps to go. Great Britain and Turkey, match race over the final 25 laps of his relay. Collins still working with the lead with the Tan. And it's back to Niall Tracy with the car right on his blades. So Tracy swings around the corner. The exchange to Yates. This has been the exchange where Turkey's made passes, and they do it again, and they consolidate. So Turkey has the lead. Great Britain now on the chase as we come inside the final 5 laps. And now can Turkey hang on? That was a tight turn. Opportunity for Riches on the inside as they race to the corner, and Riches will get there. Death move. And Great Britain back on top. 3 laps left. Turkey back in the lead. Atan gets the pass. Now can Turkey finalize it? There's the exchange, the last one. And it's Atan in front. Niall Tracy on the chase. There's the bell. Turkey with a shot to win the B final, but a pass and a repass. Look at this battle. And Niall Tracy's going to steal it on the last back straightaway. What an entertaining race. That took all ounces of effort for Great Britain. What an effort by the Turkish relay squad. 3 times over the final about 14 or 15 laps, Turkey got the pass, gave it back. But the 3rd time they held it for a couple of laps. And it was inside the final lap when Niall Tracy sized up and made the pass to win. An excellent effort by the Turkish relay squad. So Great Britain wins the B final. We talked about what Turkey could gain out of this B final, coming in with very few relays under their belt over the course of this year. They gain a lot of confidence and a lot of experience right there. Certainly when the Italians went down, that kind of changed the dynamic of this race and made it kind of a one-on-one race the rest of the way, as Bulgaria was never a factor. And here's a look at, I believe, at the fall. Yeah, that's Repechage who goes down. And that cleared the ice for Turkey to make it a match race with Great Britain over about the last 20 or so laps. Well, that was an entertaining race. So there are the results. Great Britain about 0.2 of a second over Turkey. Italy did get up for 3rd. Bulgaria also crashed out late in that race, finishing 4th. So that's it for the morning session. We'll come back in about an hour and 20 minutes time with the main championship session. Again, we'll kick it off with the quarterfinals of the women and men's 1,000. We'll go all the way through to the A finals, then the B final in the mix, followed by the A final in the mix, and we'll close things down with the A finals of the women's 3,000 relay and the men's 5,000 relay. So for now, grab some breakfast, grab some lunch, grab some dinner, wherever you are watching across the globe. We appreciate your interest, and we'll come back with the main session in about an hour and 20 minutes time. This is coverage of the ISU European Short Track Championships from Gdansk, Poland.